Hello everybody, and welcome back to Cracked Up Games, and welcome back to the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Last we left off, we just escaped from the dining room car, or the dining car closet, and found an unconscious Sonic. Now we're in the middle of a short flashback. We need to do everything in our power to make sure our paying guests are well taken care of, understood? These guests are incredibly renowned, which means they must be remarkably rich. Okay, so he said the first part earlier in another flashback, but did not say that at the time, so how many times did he say to do everything in our power to make the guests happy? So I leave their care to you, Bloop, my favorite employee. I'm your only employee that I know of. Surely you won't let me down on this last ride. I need to catch up to Amy and Tails and get to the bottom of this. Even if this is part of the game, I just can't risk it. Keep everyone safe, conductor. You'll see. How does the bucket with the ice bucket with the champagne stay on the table? Oh, hey, title screen. Kind of wish I went a little further in the last episode then to leave off on that. Oh, Christ. It's styled after Mirage Saloon. Omochao wanted. I don't think anyone wants Omochao. Whoa, look at this place. Hey, Tails, where are you? Bloop, I'm over here. I think Amy's already gone on ahead. It seems she's really excited. Did you need something from me? Yeah, just a question, really. How do I put this? What if Sonic is actually hurt? He's laughing? Sonic doesn't go down so easily. He's on a train full of his friends. Nothing would actually happen to him. We're just all really committed to the mystery for Amy. You have nothing to worry about, promise. Plus, Sonic likes to nap in a lot of strange spots. He's fine. It's making a lot of sense, but I can't shake what Sonic said to me. Is this really part of the murder mystery game, or is there something deeper happening? I need more evidence to figure out what's going on. Can I tag along with you? If you don't mind, is it cool if I tag along with you? Oh, of course, sure. Now if I ever need a snack, you've got me. Fair. As I said, best detectives have sidekicks, so I'm happy to have you. If you ever catch me looking glum, though, just know it's because, where's my floor card? The last guy to work a case with me ditched our practice to join the evil Dr. Eggman. Not a proper detective without baggage. This is true. Ye varmints. What are you... What? I don't think Cowboy said ye, unless they're saying yeehaw. What are ye all doing in my saloon? He's trying so hard to stay in character. Knuckles, we're trying to figure out who murdered Sonic. I can see that. Amy moseyed through and told me all about it. Enough of that. I wonder how long he kept that voice up for Amy. We were wondering if you could tell us what you were up to before the murder. Anything to help us establish your alibi, and... Nope, I have nothing to tell either of you. Leave me alone. He's obviously agitated about something, but why take it out on us? I know better than to argue with Knuckles, so it seems we're on our own. Luke, we need to figure out what Knuckles is up to while we were apart. Let's investigate for clues and then interrogate. Right, let's do it. Garbage? Something's always hidden in the treasure. It wasn't in the previous time you said that! Let's check here. Sadly, this one is empty as well. No, it is not! There is crumpled up paper in the top of that! I'm starting to think your theory on something always being hidden in the trash is flawed. I was about to say, it's only a matter of time. Unless they keep this joke up through the whole game, there's gonna be something in the trash eventually. It's only a matter of time, Tails. Have faith. It's as they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. I think Tails is ignoring me. Bowl of mixed nuts! Ah, the bowl of assorted nuts, the classic saloon snack. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Kind of bland. Seems like someone licked all the salt off them. But what? Or maybe they're just unsalted. Clearly we won't be able to get... Hey, Super Monkey Ball! I've never actually played any of those games. This doesn't really seem like my kind of thing, really. Think it broke when the train sped up? The damage... Oh god, Knuckles. Knuckles, you broke it. Damages look more to be caused from punches? We could have done that. What are you two looking at me for? Smashed arcade is added to your inventory. Knuckles, did you break the arcade machine? Use the cash reward for finding this robot. Maybe I'll keep an eye out. Poor Omochao. Hate to see them like this. What did they do? Medical malpractice? What the heck? Interesting. Breathtaking views. Let's train passes by some incredible sights. Can't say I've seen a place like that in the Sonic game. Just happen to be traveling at a normal speed. I get nauseous pretty easily. I hate to avoid... Then why are you working on a bullet train? I hate to avoid things like... Have to avoid things like roller coasters. I don't mind roller coasters. I find myself running on the tracks more than I do riding in the carts. I'll never understand this friend group. Cups. Something red on that one. Look, this is interesting. What is? It's just a few used cups. Sure, but why are there 3? Knuckles is really thirsty? Look, this one has lipstick on the rim. That's not Knuckles' color at all. I mean, good on you for just not assuming that Knuckles would wear lipstick, but that's still just an interesting first comment to make. Someone else must have been here. I guess maybe Rouge? Used cups are added to your inventory. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate. I'm not done looking at things. Robotic arms here are really helpful. What's the arm doing to my hair? You fixed it up a bit. That's incredible. But what interesting tech. Uh-oh. Should I fear for my job a little bit? How well can it microwave? Anything else to examine? Just the doors. Huh, that's funny. The door is locked tight. We can't go any further. Amy has the door to every... the key to every door in the train? Has the door to every key in the train? I wonder how Amy was able to leave them. Good point. When were these doors locked? How long were they locked for? We'll have to keep this in mind. Howdy, partners. Spittoon-free establishment. Darn. Coliseum Highway Zone. Interesting, because unless it's in a spin-off, there's never been a zone with that name, so... I wonder where they pulled that out of. I know some people are theorizing that they're making a Mania 2, because with the Origins Plus DLC adding Amy, it's got some people thinking that that's kind of like a test run of how she'd play for a potential Mania 2, which I'd be all for. I'd love to see a Mania 2 with some more original level designs and not like reusing so much. Like Studiopolis and Mirage Saloon and Press Garden are amazing levels. Thought I told you to leave me alone. Like your hat. He's so flustered, that's adorable. Knuckles, are you blushing? I said, leave me alone. Doesn't look like he's used to being complimented. Did you just adjust your hat a bit so we could see it better? I said leave. Knuckles, Bloop and I need to determine what you were doing during the hour the murder took place. I already told you, buzz off. You're not getting anything out of me. He was probably playing Super Monkey Ball. Thankfully, we don't need you to say much. What happened here is pretty obvious. It is. We have evidence, too. We do? Look, just take a good look at our inventory. What was distracting Knuckles during the time Sonic was murdered? Probably the glasses. Nope. Playing Super Monkey Ball then. The arcade machine? Ha! Tails' face! Where have I seen Tails make that face before? What makes you think I touched it? The fact that it looks like it's been punched in. Oh, that's new. Ah. Ow. Oh god. Okay, I'm doing disastrous at this. Yeah, this ramped up in difficulty really fast. Which they do have, one thing that I do like, even though I'm probably not going to take advantage of it unless this gets really, really hard, they actually do have options to make this part easier. Like you can get rid of the pits, and you can actually just turn on invincibility. That way, if you, like for people that are bad at like the platforming and stuff, it doesn't interfere with the actual like visual novel part of the game, and I think that's really cool. This isn't a tough one, Knuckles. Knuckles, you clearly touched the arcade machine because it's covered in punches. I haven't seen you have the damage of punches. What are you all staring at my hands for? Knuckles, you clearly destroyed the arcade machine, but why? I needed a punching bag and none were available to me. Just a sudden urge to punch, huh? I believe repairing the arcade machine will give us our answer. How will you... I'm on it. Bloop, distract Knuckles while I fix Super Monkey Ball. Bring it on. Okay. What, am I challenging him to a game of Sonic Dash on the Game Gear? Oh, Christ! Ah. Ow, God. Ow, I'm doing horribly at this. Ah. Ha, now Tails, get away from that arcade cabinet. Ow. Weird, the spike balls are actually moving a little differently than last time? Because last time I didn't make it on the spring before a spike ball hit me. The arcade machine is fixed! Tails, how did you manage that? You would have had to have completely replace the casing of the cabinet. No, don't look at the scores! Quick, look at the scores! Pulling it up now. It's because Vector beat Knuckles' score by 1 point. Also, apple, bread, bagel, candy, toast. I don't understand those. Ultim, I'm guessing, is ultimate life form, which would be Shadow. But I don't know who any of the others would be. Okay, what does this tell us? Nothing, obviously. Tells us something massive. Look at the name on the top of the list. It's Vector. He's supposed to be in the library car. Picture is beginning to be painted here. You competed with Vector to see who could get the highest score. And Vector beat you. By 1 point, apparently. And in frustration, you destroyed the arcade cabinet. Grr. He's punching the air in frustration. You're guessing. Where's your proof? Where's your evidence? Vector's a common name. Prove me he was here. Now. Prove to me. Not prove me. Oh my god, doing this again. Oh my god, okay. Ah! I got a little too daring there. Ah. The title's an isometric view. For some reason, makes me think of Mega Man Battle Network. Now, Bloop. What proof Vector was here with Knuckles? The glass? I don't actually know. Vector doesn't wear lipstick. No! I thought it was strange there was more than one cup sitting next to you. While you were supposed to be participating in the murder mystery game for Amy's birthday, you and Vector enjoyed some drinks, playing arcade. I wasn't, don't tell Amy. I think we're on the right track here. As you say, Vector popped in at the top of the hour wanting to play the arcade machine with me. We went back and forth trying to figure the game out, but when we did, we competed for the high score. When he bested me, I destroyed the machine. No proof of his win. I was trying to fix the arcade cabinet before you two came in. Honest, I didn't want to be caught. That's my story and alibi. I've already told an abridged version of this to Amy. Boy, this friend group has a lot of pride issues. It really does. Well, that explains one of the used cups, but what of the cup with the lipstick mark? Rouge was in here too. It's inconsequential, not worth mentioning. She searched around for something but failed, made fun of our game, and left. Noxious, that one. But you offered her a drink, apparently? Listen, I don't know why she showed up, and I've told you everything that happened before the train sped up. Are you not satisfied? Will you two relent? I'm understanding the scenario. Vector visited to play games, Rouge couldn't find something and left, then Knuckles destroyed the machine. All makes sense to me. Thank you for answering so many of our Actually, that's not everything, is it, Knuckles? I want to step back to something I noticed. One more name on the high score list. Doesn't make sense. Luke, can you take a look one more time? It's Shadow. All the other names have a food theme, but this one, who here goes by Ultim? May not know, Bloop, but there's someone here that goes by the title, the Ultimate Life Form. There's really someone here that goes by that? Nothing sneaks by you, does it, bud? Vector and I were struggling so much with the game, but then Shadow dropped by. Except Shadow was here too? He taught us the game and was the first to get his name on the scoreboard. Vector and I then fought to beat Shadow's score. They're both very annoying. You all immediately had to compete, huh? Gave me this before he left. Hey, a key. Shadow told me to lock the door and not to open it for anyone. Then he left. When Vector was leaving, I locked the door behind him. Saw no one else after locking the door. That's the honest truth. So when Amy came through here not too long ago, did you open the door for her? No, I think she has some sort of key too. That's right, the conductor gave her that special birthday key. Well, I have a lot of questions. What happened in the library to cause Vector to come here? Why is Shadow locking doors? And what was Rouge searching for? I don't know. They didn't tell me, even though I asked with that cowboy accent. Poor Knuckles. You have to find them and ask them yourselves. More information than I expected to get there, but it seems we can move on. As of right now, I believe your story, Knuckles. We'll only know for sure when we confirm things with Vector. Fair enough. The library is the next car. I'll open the lock for you. Go whoever KO'd Sonic an earful for me, Detective Tails and Butler. He did better when he wasn't talking to us. Will do, Sheriff. Come on, Bloop. Let's head to the library. On it. This is way more exciting than microwaving chili dogs. Bloop! Coming! Ready to mosey down to the next car? You got it, partner. Onwards! Hang in there. Is that the conductor? That portrait there? All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. You have 4 objects. Now you're down to 2. One of them wasn't even an object you had. It was just a picture of the arcade machine. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, SBO and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet. Thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Found any leads yet? Oh, the detective pair needs help from the birthday girl? She knows everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. Amy is sassy anyways. This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic, I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick, avenge? But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? Birthday girl has a master key. Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's birthday privilege. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye! Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now, what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm, just making sure things go well. Things aren't going great. Not sure if you've forgotten, but there was a murder. Well, I mean, besides that. Besides murder? My social skills, non-existent. Relatable! God! Why is the character this so relatable? I'm Vector, the butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm SBO, the poet. Poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader, meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. Not all poems rhyme. Can I hear some? Sure. Poor SBO. Sure. Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La 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 dee dee dee. There are some interesting show designs. Is that it? I have more if you like. Start reciting haikus! I'm satisfied for now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Bloop and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh, sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car, where Amy told me and SBO to stay. I promptly picked up a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so we left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yep. Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout "No way" at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. I wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car, where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car, again locking the door behind him. Then returned to the lounge car, where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector or Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. So far, Shadow's the most suspicious, because if all the doors were locked before the train sped up, then he's kind of the only one that you would think would have the key to actually get Sonic to the dining car, because we were there when the train sped up. And if the doors were locked, I don't think Sonic could have just blown past it. Also, Espio, part of your outline is missing, it looks like. Granted, I think that's just the art style for everyone, like the very top part of them doesn't really have an outline, but with Espio, it just looks like someone erased part of his head. It looks very strange. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. I would hope we won't find any meat in the library. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Thanks, guys. Our alibi seems solid enough, we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reasoning for leaving his post and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. Tall task, but we could do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Yeah, because if Vector left here, then Espio doesn't really have an alibi for that period of time. Absolutely. Say brochure stand. Oh, brochures. There are travel destinations here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Bloop, look at this. There's a couple maps here. Seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Library map is added to your inventory. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's stalactites. Nah, leave it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. That just shares my fondness for caves. Alright, can I actually look at this? Alright, so... here, I guess that's showing the fireplace. There's the desk. A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to see this. This little chow is hanging there, refusing to use its wings to fly to safety, because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding. It's beautiful. If this chow can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster. Right? Probably not. So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up, but Rouge pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. Spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Hello? What's this bright red book? Oh yuck, this reeks of the evil scientist Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. Why can I actually picture Eggman publishing something like that? What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelet. You may not be wrong. Globe. Globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Ah, sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia, if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. Tell you everything about the area and makes one scrumptious sandwich. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Script knows everyone has been everywhere, haven't they? Garbage. Now see, this trash can I will actually acknowledge as being potentially empty. I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. I really thought there'd be something there. Bloop, are you sad there was nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah, you just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay, these trash bins hide a secret, I'm sure of it. Bloop, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Was that supposed to be a compliment? Nothing here, shelf. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me, no time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the book titles excitedly. It's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order but this one. Mirage Express Manual? It's a user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Why would that be in the library? You'd think that would be in the conductor's car. Think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Let's see. Table. Let's check the door. Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked this door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and SBO. Oh, poor thing. That arm is really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. Poem about space. I've made it up to space with my beloved antique vase, but a mistake in my haste dropped the vase from my embrace, so my antique I must now replace. What caused you to drop the vase? Don't read too deeply, it's just a poem. He hasn't thought it through, has he? Okay then. That sound always kind of startles me when you start the investigation. So, the two of you don't believe us, eh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Luke and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if SBO really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? Prepare to present evidence if you... Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remember the arcade machine in the saloon car, so figured I'd go check it out. Seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. And that brings our attention to you, SPO. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. He said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was. Once SPO starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. Must have been a good read. What was the book? SPO doesn't owe you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? It's a very good question. If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what that book might be. Bloop, could you help me out? Alright, Bloop, what book do we think SPO may have been reading? Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. I mean the manual. Manual? I think SPO was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Oh lord. Here we go again. Ah, color's changed. And it's 4 lanes now. Ah, that's different. What the heck was that? Ow. What is that? Come on, need one more ring. There we go. I feel like by the end of this, I'm just going to be running through the entirety of Green Hill Zone. There are books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone at the very least picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, SPO. Hey now, I won't have you insulting my pal like that. Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies, SPO. But you're a poet. Friendship can form anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Blue, if you don't mind? If you ask SPO some questions about the manual, just flip to a page and ask what. Alright, let me look at the manual. Nope, can't look at the manual. Oh, I see. Quiz SPO about the manual to prove you read it. What page should I quiz him on? I don't... Page 97. Okay, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. Remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself, though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Well, it didn't detect Amy's hammer. Seems like SPO aced that question. Bloop, hit him with another one. Oh, okay, which page do I choose? 231. What's the Mirage Express's cancellation policy? No refunds and you will be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Hey, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Bloop. Let's see if SPO can go 3 for 3. Gotcha, what page should I pick last? Page 402. Was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations. An intelligent data processing system works in tandem with the conductor to ensure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Okay, that at least explains the reason for a conductor. Now, did I pass your little test? Sure. Totally. It's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. Poet's brain is often surprising. Don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both have the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly, that's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we... SPO, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true. We have evidence to back it up. Bloop? It always puts me on the spot. Okay, Bloop, think. We should have a piece of evidence leaked to someone who also saw SPO reading, but what? Well, the fact that both Rouge and Shadow came through this car at some point in time. Shadow's lock? Please, pray tell, what this has to do with anything? We're up, Bloop. Let's get our argument together. And here we go again. 50 rings this time. Boing. Seriously, like, is that supposed to be SPO throwing shuriken or something at me? Alright, there we go. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the saloon car where he set the original high score on the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't the high score long. Rocks are... I missed that. Darn it. I ended up clicking too soon. SPO said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, SPO was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and SPO didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book and that I didn't notice Shadow. Telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, you see, I can sense SPO's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning the saloon car to lock all the doors, and at that moment, were you really in the library car at all? But how would SPO leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw SPO in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Bloop, one that I would love for SPO to solve. You gotta believe me. The cool demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved with my book I didn't notice Shadow pass back to the library car, honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, SPO. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, how did you leave the library car? I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Feels definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Is SPO simply sitting reading, or did he somehow vanish to not notice Shadow? Shadow's return to the library car. What should I do? I feel like there's something more to it. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails! We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and SVO couldn't have seen one another? A map. I mean, there are plenty of chairs that don't actually look towards the rest of the car. And there is a shelf right here for some bizarre reason. Alright, now let's get my thoughts in order. This episode's going a little bit long, but trying to get through this interrogation before I finish the episode. Play it safe, just use the spring. These things are incredibly generous with the rings and stuff. Library map? Oh, I see! So the exits. See the exits? They're right across from one another. Straight path. If Shadow walked down the straight path, there's a way SPO and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. It's like you have to point out exactly where on the map you mean. Where could SPO have been for Shadow to not see him? Here. Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book. I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, SPO was in the same spot. That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and SPO couldn't have seen one another from this spot, because a bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen SPO, or vice versa. Makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, SPO. Just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. We did it. Another pair of alibis validated. Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge and especially Shadow. Oh, seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. Yeah, I noticed that the lock wasn't actually latched. And that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and SPO. Give him back. If you need any meat chopped up, say the word. I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murderer is on the loose while doors keep getting locked. Tick-tock, tick-tick-tock goes the clock while our heroes are in the caboose. What? At this point, I'm feeling confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Come on, Bloop, let's see what's next. Coming! Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Swallow just sneezed. If you liked the video, then consider leaving a like. If you have any suggestions on how I can improve or any other comments you wish to share, then consider leaving a comment. If you like what I do and want to see more videos, then consider subscribing so you don't miss an upload. Until then, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.